Right, thankfully I've got both of the springs and the shocks out of the car. The other ones, it's here. The kind of, it looks like it's been they're completely, the bushes are completely rotten. They've been there, they're original to the car. They've been there 37 years. No wonder they're soggy. So I'm going to try now. I've never used these before. These are coil spring pressers. I've already got one on. They don't really fit properly because the spring's so tiny. I can only get one side of the loop on. But I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll just be very, very careful. I'll keep my arms and eyes out of the way because these springs contain a huge amount of energy. So what you do, that one's threaded and that one goes up and down. And this one's not threaded, it slides. But of course it's pushed. It's just pushed by the bolt there. So let me just try and get one in. It's bloody awkward. It doesn't really fit, to be fair. Right, I've got one side in there. And let's get one side in here. And turn the thread best I can. Is it a left-handed? No, it's a right. I thought it was a left-handed thread for a minute. Okay. Right. It's a bit wonky, but I'll just do a bit at a time. And I've got one on both sides, so it should be okay. Let's just... I've never done this before, if I'm truthful with you, so we'll see. I've done the front ones. It's a strange one doing the front ones. I'll do that as a separate video. I've got a press that does, it fits, but it's enormously long. And the reason I need to dismantle this, it's got some collits. There are where are they? They're at the bottom here. It's got some collits which I need to. I don't need the shock and I don't need the spring, but I'm not sure where they are actually. They'll fall out anyway when I get enough pressure on this spring. Do a bit at a time. And it's very wonky because I can't get both sides of the jaws. Let's have a look. I think it should be okay. Just keep my fingers out in case it pops off. Let's just move the camera. Can't really see very much. Here we go. That's better. Bit of a strange job, but it should press the spring enough. I'm hoping it's not. Is it rolling? I think it's actually rolling around the coil. So I might have to come up with another method. I don't know, but we'll see. There's quite a lot of tension on there. Come on, where are these collits? They're in there somewhere. See if I need to be able to pop the shock absorber out. Then I'll reuse the collits. I'll have to clean them and paint them. I won't put them in all filthy and rusty. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's starting to lift here. Just not sure where these bloody collits are, to be honest with you. Anyway, let's just keep putting some tension on the spring, and it'll either drop out or it won't. Okay. All right, let's have a look before I go any further. It's under quite a lot of stress now. Yeah, it's completely lifted there. I'm not sure which one I need. Because I've never done this before. I just know these collits are in there. Let's give it a bit of a... I'll put my face right out the way, because if this... shouldn't really be tapping it, but I'm going to tap it with a hammer. If it releases, I'll know about it. Right, so they're not at the top. Yeah, the collits are not at the top. That's the shock absorber's got like a head on it which sits in the spring. That side of the shock absorber slips straight through. So I'm trying to, oh gosh, how am I going to get this? I just have to keep winding it. This disc here is what I'm after. I'm trying to get that out, but it's as rusty as hell. And right, let's just put a bit more tension on the press. I think it seems okay. Right, that's really getting tight now. Let's try a bit more on this side. Anyway, this is getting a bit boring. I'm going to pause the camera and I'll keep pressing, and when I find it I'll turn the camera back on. Okay, we've got the camera on. I think I've found how it works. It was just a bit seized due to age, and so I've just used a screwdriver I'm reluctant to put my hands in, because if one of these springs, these presses flips off, notice it's only held by one side. It's simply too big. I need something with a smaller radius, but I'm just keeping my hands out of the way. Here we go. Just trying to work out what it is I need. I'm expecting, let's get that off, that's in the way, and turn it very carefully. Let's have a look. Now then, I'm expecting this to sort of fall in half somehow. I'm just reluctant to, for obvious reasons, put my head in there, or eyes. Just tap it about. I don't know. Yeah, that one at the top there is definitely moulded to the shock absorber. How does this work? I'm really not sure how it works. I've read the manual, but they're kind of, if I'm honest with you, they are a bit vague. Let's have a look. I think we need a little bit more tension on the press. Okay. Yeah, that one's really biting now. Let's just go around the other side. Gosh, what a job. What a job. Yeah, that definitely has a split in here. I just don't know how it comes out. I really don't. I just know that I need it. I don't have any new ones. If I had a new one, I wouldn't be going to this trouble. Okay. What a job. I'm not sure. I really don't know how this comes off. So, I'm not sure this works. God knows. Okay, let's try. I'm doing this really at arm's length with my head turned away. You know, if I knock off one of these presses, it's going to say it will fly off furiously. It's being a bit polite. Okay. I don't know. There's got to be an easy way, but I'm just not finding it. I do need... How the hell does this... Right. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's definitely a split here. The light's not very brilliant, but let's just... Yeah, there's definitely a split here, and it goes on the inside in there. Because it's so rusty, I can't really see. Anyway, once again, I'm going to pause the camera and fiddle on, because this is just going to get awfully long. Yeah, I'm not finding the answer. I've got some more. I've got some more presses here. So I've released the tension slightly, and I'm just at arm's length. I'm giving, completely with my face turned away. I'm just giving it a few sort of whacks, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. because I've never done it before, I can't quite work out what it is I'm supposed to be doing, if I'm truthful with you. But let's. What I'm going to do, I'm going to catch the lowest spring. Can I get both? No, I just can't get both to purchase. The spring's too small. I can get one side to purchase really well, or two are virtually hanging off. So it's better to do one really well. I've already got two on there, and then let's just. I'm going to put some real tension on the thing I'm trying to collect at the top here. Once again, you can see I can't quite get both in. So let's get a really good purchase on one side. If this is seized, hopefully this will free it, and I'll put another press on the other side. Come on. All right. It's far from ideal, but they are a considerable nuisance. It's probably a special tool from Jaguar to do this job. Okay, there's one a little bit tighter. Let's just pause the camera whilst I thread the other one up, and we'll see if the collet doesn't drop out. Right, I've threaded on another spring press, and I'm pressing onto the actual collet itself. One side on the spring, one side on the collet. So this one is on the spring only. The one on the opposite side is on the spring only. It looks a bit weird. Now, those of you that have done this job before will probably be laughing at me, but I'm making the best of the tools I have. The heads on these presses are simply too big. So, now then, this one presses on the collet and partly on the spring, and then that one on the top of the collet and on the spring. So, let's just see if we can pull the collet into the spring. I'm probably doing something wrong here, but the manuals are a little bit vague. I've got the Jaguar workshop manual, an original sort of factory workshop manual, which is rather comprehensive, and I have the more modest sort of Haynes. And it pays to have both, to be honest with you, because sometimes the factory one can be a bit difficult to understand. They're meant for professional technicians. They're not meant for amateur cowboys like myself operating in the street. Now then, goodness me, what a job. What's going on here? Now then. I'm stumped, and I'm frightened of one of these presses flying off and smacking me in the chops or whatever. So I am sort of rather working at arm's length. Come on, man. Can't work this out at all. It's definitely got a split here that you can get a screwdriver into. And does that come out the other side? Sort of, but it's full of rubbish. It's just that rusty. I can't see. I really can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to abandon this filming because the camera's in the way, and if one of these things flies off, it's going to do an awful lot of damage. So I need to just be a bit more careful, and I will get it off one way or the other. But like I said to you, I've never done this before. It's not a job I'm enjoying. It's starting to get cold. I'm out in the street as usual. Oh, thankfully it's not as cold as yesterday. Yesterday was close to unbearable, but it's a little bit warmer today. Right, let me turn it off, and I'll find a better way.